This is 7 National News and in our top story. His Highness General Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, has held talks with the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Upon receiving the Crown Prince's delegation in Riyadh, King Salman and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed spoke about fraternal ties between the two countries and ways to enhance them, as well as latest regional developments of mutual interest. The talks were also attended by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, and His Royal Highness Prince Muqrin bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the Saudi Crown Prince and Deputy Prime Minister. The two sides agreed that the current situation in the region requires continuous coordination and consultation within the GCC Common Framework to ensure security, stability and prosperity. The talks covered the developments in Yemen, Syria, Iraq and Libya and the importance of coordinating regional and international counter-terrorism efforts to address different challenges, including the dangers of violence and extremism, while taking a firm and decisive stand against acts of the terrorist groups which undermine regional and international security. As the political and security crisis in Yemen deepens, the United Nations World Food Programme has reaffirmed its determination to continue its operations across the country. In an official statement, the WFP explained that especially in difficult times, WFP's role becomes even more important, adding that even before this crisis, more than 40% of Yemenis were food insecure and 5 million of them severely food insecure, with the current upheavals certain to hit the poorest and most vulnerable the hardest. The WFP's operations include providing food assistance to hundreds of thousands of internally displaced people in conflict-affected areas, safety net and livelihood support through food or cash for work for vulnerable and poor families in rural areas, and the prevention and treatment of malnutrition among pregnant and breastfeeding women and young children. The WFP stated that it aims to reach 6 million people throughout Yemen between July 2014 and June 2016, and in the coming weeks it plans to start a school feeding program and provide take-home rations to some 115,000 girls regularly attending school. Climate change, air quality, water and waste management and biodiversity conservation have been outlined as priorities in a document prepared by the Environment Agency Abu Dhabi on behalf of the UAE government. The Abu Dhabi Environment Policy Agenda was prepared over 3 years after consultations with more than 38 other government entities and sets environmental performance targets for the reduction of per capita carbon emissions, water use and waste generation and treated sewage effluent reuse. The document is in line with earlier initiatives such as the UAE Vision 2021 and the UAE Green Growth Strategy. According to Dr. Mohammed Al-Midfai, the Executive Director of the agency's Integrated Environmental Policy and Planning sector, the UAE's overall climate impact is less than 0.5% of global emissions. Besides outlining a number of measures to reduce emissions, the policy agenda also has climate change resilience and the protection of valuable ecosystems and infrastructure as a priority. When it comes to air quality management, one agreed goal is to reduce the number of hospital visits due to respiratory complaints from 10.7% to less than 5% by 2030. Water management is another issue of key priority for the government, which has already announced some targets when it comes to the more efficient use of water resources. The document confirms the commitment to reuse all treated sewage effluents in Abu Dhabi by 2018, as well as to reduce per capita water consumption from the current average of 629 litres per person per day to less than 340 litres by 2030. The document will be presented for approval to the Abu Dhabi Executive Council in the next 3 months. Despite showing no improvement in inspections since 2013, Indian schools in Dubai will still be allowed to increase their fees by a minimum of 2.92% and a maximum of 5.48% in the next academic year. The Knowledge and Human Development Authority inspections conducted on 25 Indian schools in Dubai found that only one school had improved from acceptable to good and another declined from good to acceptable, making the performance of Indian schools static. Despite the results remaining static, 15 schools will be able to increase their fees by 2.92%. Of the 13 schools affecting 30,903 students have been ranked acceptable since 2013, and 2 schools representing 4,566 students were ranked unsatisfactory. Accordingly, this means that schools rated outstanding can increase their fees by 5.84%. Schools rated good can increase their fees by 4.38%, while schools rated acceptable or unacceptable can increase their fees by 2.92%. Just a few weeks from now, the stage will be set for the world's best horses to descend onto the Meydan racecourse for the Dubai World Cup. As many spectators will be gearing up for the world's richest horse race, preparations of many Dubai-based racing teams to put forward their lineup are in full swing. With the main event now entering its 20th year, we went behind the scenes at Dhabi Racing Stables to find out about their expectations for the milestone event, which horses will be flying their colours and what it takes to be a winner on race day.
On the 28th of March, the stunning Meydan racecourse will once again captivate the world's attention. Competition among the racing teams for the coveted spot in the $27.5 million event has already gathered pace. One of the oldest stables in the UAE, Dhabi Racing International, will once again look for the limelight, with a $2 million Golden Shaheen winner in 2013, Ronaldo the Wizard, to seek a second win of the 1,200-metre race, along with the winner of the ongoing World Cup Carnival's opening round, Surfer, to take on the Godolphin Mile. Spearheading their campaign, trainer Satish Simar is hopeful for an impressive display by the team's dirt track specialists.
The big concern for Ronaldo was that he performed his best on tapita with the artificial surface. So we tried him this year on the normal dirt, natural dirt. He performed exceptionally well. So that was a big encouraging point for us. And Surfer always loved dirt, which he has the dirt now. So it all works out for them.
Satish is no stranger to Dubai's racing circuit, and was invited by the Al Maktoum family to join the stables when it opened in 1991. Satish recalls the memories of the first World Cup and says it was His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai's vision to transform the emirate from an unknown racing destination to its current status 20 years on.
His words were, the whole world will be watching our racing. Best horses will come here. The top trainers of the world will be here to participate in our race. And honestly, I couldn't believe it then. But this will always be the amazement I will have in my head all my life.
Shouldering the responsibility of leading one of the royal family's teams to glory on home turf, Satish has maintained a rigorous training routine for the horses, months ahead of the event. Describing his role as a captain of the ship, Satish says apart from choosing the right jockey and devising a strategy, special relationship with the horse remains crucial during the preparations.
That talking to the horses is kind of observing them, listening to the body language. Not everything with medical or anything we can do all. No, it is the horsemanship which counts in the end of the day in this business. So the better we understand the horse, the better we get out of the horse.
Aside from Surfer's recent win, Ronaldo the Wizard too struck the headlines with an emphatic win at the $150,000 Dhabi Stakes in January. And there's a lot more riding for the Super Saturday on March 7 and eventually the World Cup.
It is a business because the horse makes money back. Whatever you buy the horse for, and if the horse reaches to a level, every race he makes money. And for winning, if it's let's say hypothetically $100,000, the horse brings in $60,000 as a winner, and the second place, third place, and fourth place. Up to the fifth place, the horse makes money in the distribution of the prize money.
The special relationship between the trainer and the horse plays an instrumental role during the preparations ahead of the main event. Capturing the world's attention with a successful performance on the Meydan racecourse remains the most valuable achievement for the entire team involved. Abdul Karim, 7 National News. And finally, in the bulletin, In an effort to promote and nurture their students' creativity, Al Noor Training Centre for Children with Special Needs has launched a website for the e-greeting cards, which will be sold to the general public. At a press conference, senior officials from Al Noor Centre, together with renowned international artist Sasha Jaffrey, officially unveiled the new website. Catering to individual and corporate clients, users can log on to greetingsbyalnoor.com and navigate through a range of masterpieces created by the students for all occasions. And officials added that they also have an option to customize the greeting cards. According to their director, although they have been involved in selling traditional printed cards and artworks to the general public for the last 20 years, the digital move is aimed at further promoting their children's artistic talents and increase accessibility for the public. Prices for the cards range from the ones offered free of cost to 500 dirhams for individual buyers, while packages for corporate clients can go up to 8,500 dirhams. Commenting on the artistic creations, the director of Al Noor Training Centre says that they aim to provide a platform for the students to enhance their capabilities whilst allowing them to raise funds for the school.
Whenever we, kind of run projects like that, we do talk to the children about it. Some of them understand a great deal about it. Of course, they're all happy at the moment because in the moment they understand everything. Not all of them understand things in the longer term, but whenever they see it, they're able to share it with their friends, their families, relatives. So that is something that they recognize, and it's a great feeling for them, and it helps us to build their self-esteem, their confidence, which we believe is as important as the other things we teach them.
It was a fun of creating and painting that makes me happy. For it, the first thing was mosque and the moon and the sky and the ground. I'm very happy. I'm really happy.
According to Sasha Jaffrey, who has held regular workshops with the students for more than a decade, the children at Al Noor possess a unique magic that allows them to uplift their potential and produce such creations.
I've worked with the kids doing workshops, hopefully to inspire them, bring them into art, get them really sort of excited about what can be achieved with paint. And I think the most important thing for me personally is that paint and canvas, especially the type of paint and canvas I use, has been around since the early Renaissance and before. And to use those same old materials and create something new and inspirational is a really beautiful thing. And the children here have been able to do that as well, because, as I say, the gift that they are all given, which is great. It's been a great experience, great journey, and really I just wish them luck.